I am here with actor Damon Gillespie, who will be starring in the new NBC show Rise.
That's right.
Congratulations on booking that.
Thank you very much.
And we're actually here at Upfront Week, which was your first big event like this, right?
Yeah, it was.
Intense?
Yeah, very. Just surreal experience. Just, you're surrounded by a bunch of cameras on red carpets, and then you're in Radio City and watching all these new pilots, be presented, and it's just, it kind of hits you all at once, and you don't know how to take it
right
immediately. So, but it was a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, before we get into Rise, let's start from the beginning, I suppose.
All right.
When did you first decide you wanted to do this as a career?
I was in 6th grade, and I had just left public school to go to a performing arts school. I was immensely unhappy. I was like, I wanted to still be in football. Granted, I was still playing in football and baseball and stuff like that. And then at the end of the year, they had this little showcase for the musical theater department, and they did the opening number from the chorus line, the entire thing. And I said, that's what I want to do. I said, I want to do that professionally. I want to do that for the rest of my life. And so I changed my major from dance to musical theater, ended up back in dance doing that, and then I came to New York my freshman year of high school. And when I did, I saw 4 shows, and I said, I have to be on that stage. This solidifies it right here. I have to be on Broadway and be performing. And so I did. I did all my classes through high school, ended up going to school for a couple of years, and then I moved up to New York and kind of been living the dream ever since.
And speaking of art imitating life, I mean, your character couldn't be any closer to who you were to begin with, so that helped land the part?
Yeah, actually it did. When I read the script, because it's pilot season, so you get a bunch of scripts and a bunch of sides and stuff, but when I read the script, I was going through everything, and I was like, this guy's me, except some of the family issues. I mean, even some of the family issues and stuff is I've kind of gone through that, but a lot of the character is how I grew up.
Right.
I played football, didn't want to be in the theater program, and decided to go into the theater program and ended up loving it and wanted to do it as a career. So it was easily relatable to the character. Plus, he's like a rapper sometimes too, and I was like, yeah, I can do that, which not a lot of people know, but yeah.
So you primarily, before getting Rise, did some theater. You were in Newsies and Aladdin.
Yeah.
How has the transformation gone from being on stage to filming the pilot? I know you haven't filmed anything but the pilot yet, but was it weird for you to not have that instant gratification of the audience, or?
Yeah, actually, not having the instant gratification of the audience wasn't an issue.
Or the reaction, maybe?
Not even. It was more just being on the set was oh my gosh, this is so different. Interacting with your actors and having to do it, 6 or 7 times so that they can get,
right,
all the angles and all the shots that they need. Doing that many times was completely different.
Do you find that was a challenge? Because it's theater, it's one take, you mess up, and that's the end of it?
Yes, it's more exhausting to me because you have to remain in an emotional state for however long they need the shot, and the days are twice as long. You're there for 10 to 12 hours on set sometimes even 14, just so you can get everything you need to get done that day. And in theater, it's 10 to 6, and you go home and you work on your stuff the next day. I think that they both they're both exhausting because you're working so hard, whether it be emotionally or physically. I think in theater, it's a little bit more because you're doing it for 2.5 hours straight, no break. You have to be in that mindset. Whereas in film, you get in that mindset and you can take a break for a second and kind of relax, but you have to be able to snap right back into it. And I think that was one of the challenges that I had to learn really quick. It was okay, now we're here. You need to be able to be in that emotional state and stay there.
And now Robbie, will he also be doing some singing and stuff?
Yes.
So that you'll be able to actually use your voice, which is really awesome.
Right, exactly. it's weird because being in the ensemble, you don't get to stand out as much unless you're doing something like Newsies, and you don't stand out vocally, you do it physically.
Physically, right.
So it's really gratifying and nice to be able to like book a TV show, and they're going, actually, we're going to use everything that you have and showcase it. So you're going to be able to. We need you to sing, and we need you to be able to tell this story. And it's like, well, thank you. I will gladly do that. So
I know it hasn't. I know it's early. Will they be releasing like the stuff that you sing on iTunes and doing like a soundtrack?
I have no idea.
Well, let's put it out there.
Right. I doubt that they will, because a lot of the stuff that we are doing is, so far, it's just rehearsals.
Okay.
But they also have the albums already of these shows. So I don't know if they'll actually do that. I think that's in due time. If they like ask us to like come and do like a season recording or something like that, maybe they will. But as of right now, I have no idea.
So you also have a web show with your girlfriend?
Yes, it's her web show.
It's her web.
I just help out with it.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's just us. It's just us talking to each other. Or playing games, or talking about the theater community, or talking about anything really. She comes up with all the ideas, and she writes. She kind of goes, "This is kind of what I want to do," and then we just kind of go from there and just kind of interact with each other, and we just kind of play off each other perfectly, and it's turning out really well. We're getting a lot of positive feedback. We're learning what is going to make things more likely to be viewed. So it's a learning process, but we're also like having a blast doing it. It's just something fun to do. It's also a way to like get her name out there, because she's a brilliant actress and writer. So yeah, it's just a little fun project that we're doing, and hopefully something will come out of it.
Very cool. What theater role is your dream role? Like, is there a certain character you've always been dying to play?
Yes, Gabe in Next to Normal, hands down. Hands down. A lot of the like dream roles that I've had, I actually got to play in one way or another. It used to be Melchior, and then that's how I met my girlfriend, was playing Melchior again, with her. And then now I'm doing it in Rise, and it's amazing. It's so much fun to be able to do that again in a totally different way. I was also like, I wanted to be in Newsies. Any character, didn't care, and then I got to do that. Gabe in Next to Normal, absolutely. Weirdly, like Papa Gay and Once on This Island, when I'm, in my 30s, and actually look like I'm maybe 23. See that. Angel in
literally
Rent.
on the tip of my tongue. I didn't want to say it and lead you there,
Absolutely.
but like,
I was like, first off, look at these cheekbones.
Yeah.
They're meant to, like, I'll leave it there at the cheekbones. I also play drums. I would love to do it. I did like drag once for school, and like all my straight friends were like, it was weird. I didn't know how to take it. You were like really hot as a girl, but I knew you were my roommate, and I didn't like that. And I was like, well, I've got a niche for this. That's really cool. But I mean, there's certain things like that I would love to play.
Well, they're going to be doing it on Fox, so
I
throw
know.
your hat in the ring, man.
I know. I wish I could. I really want to. I really want to like see if I can get into that.
Yeah. So what do you do on your downtime?
I actually just try to stay creative as much as possible. I also love playing Xbox with my buddy. He lives in LA, and he's like my best friend. He's like my brother.
Cool.
And I love playing Xbox with him. We'll get on and just talk all kinds of smack, but no one else can hear us. It's just between us. So we're just like talking smack to each other about other people, but they can't hear it. So it's weird and awesome at the same time. I love writing music. It's weird because I can't write great lyrics to music, but I can write great raps to beats, and then I can write like piano and like orchestrations. I'm really good at that, but I can't combine them. I don't know why. But I can only combine them as a rap. So I like doing that. I love taking class and like dance classes or voice lessons, just always learning and seeing what else I can do. I love anything that's to do with music. I'm all about. So that's kind of what I do in my free time. Is I try to stay creative and play some Xbox.
Very cool. Well, best of luck with Rise. Hope it really does well in the ratings. It'll be on mid-season, so
Yes.
look out for a premiere date sometime in 2018. And
Yeah,
best of luck to you, man. Thanks
Thank
so
you
much
so
for sitting
much.
down with me.
absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.